Hello, hello people, once again for another stream. Continue working on our Stackable Cliffs and on our sawdust Floking. So let's get down to it. First I'll need to just set up a bit another camera that I've connected here so that I can connect some footage for an upcoming video about this subject that we're working on right now, so let's go. So this is where we left off last time, so let's just see what we can do to it today. First, I'll probably try to see if I can paint some of this side brown in every cliff that we made of different sizes. So we have bigger cliffs, we have smaller cliffs, we have cliffs of different sizes, so we can try to do different things with it. So let's just choose a side and start painting. So I'll use just a generic brown, just because this is just a measure, a prevention for if some part of the flock just comes out with time, maybe we can just see a little bit of dirt painted underneath and not the green or the black or blue foam that was underneath. So aqui vamos nós. I'll just use a bigger brush, and for me I think that this will be the side with the dirt, so let's just get on with it. It doesn't need to be perfect, because this is just a last resort. This brown is a bit light, so I'll just add a bit of dark paint of a black that I maybe have around here. Just a tiny bit. I'll just mix it up with the paintbrush. Oh yes, now we have a much darker tone. I also do not care that all the tiles will be are with the same color. They just need to be a bit darker. At the same time, if a little bit passes to the sides right here, we can just, even if it goes a bit like this, there's no problem, because there's dirt in the floor. If we turn them around and just get rock on top, the rock will start from dirt, so different colors will mean different kinds of shadings and more realism, in my opinion. So I'll just keep painting it as we did last stream. Just keep painting, just keep painting, just keep painting, painting. So that's what we'll do. This will be a relatively fast task. And I think we are back. So I'll just grab a bunch of them and choose a side and start painting. This one has some interesting spots right here that could work well with some flocking, so I think I'll choose this side. If this shade of brown just ends, I'll just make a little bit of it. As I said previously, there's no need for perfection right here. This is last measure if any flocking comes out, so we can see just black or the foam. And it's another layer of protection. This one will be the layer with the flock, so we'll have a lot of glue and sawdust on top that will reinforce everything. So this one will going to dry. I do hope that the sound is a little bit better this time. I made some tweaks inside OBS, started using some filters so that the noise could be a little bit manageable, but because I need to work with nothing in front of me, I can't have a microphone standing exactly in front of me, so I'll need to save a little bit to get an arm to hold it or something to resolve everything, and the voice can be clear, but I think that now it should be a bit better. And that just... So in this one I'll leave this part for the rock because I don't mind some overhang, but I'll put something green here and here, so that's where the dirt will be. As I said, I do not mind if a bit of brown passes to the part that will just be stone, so that's just a little bit of dirt, there's no problem with it. You can even put a little bit right here, just because. Next will be this one. And this will be dirt. So I'll just make another quick recording. So I've had a few ideas for things that we can build here in the channel, and not all of them are completely just terrain. I've thought about some dioramas, as I said in the first stream we made, about Pokemon, and I had another idea of doing my channel logo in some foam with some LEDs in the background to light it up and to make something for the background to be a little bit more interesting. So that's something that we can work on also. And I'm trying to think about some kind of system that we could do some modular walls for city walls. with a city gate and some towers, but I'm yet to find a model that can be truly modular and not just be a square of walls. That's just not interesting to me, and it has to be adaptable to the terrain that I have. So this is interesting. I think I'll just paint this side because I really do not like these marks right here. So I'll just hide it all up with some paint and with some flock. Rock can go there, I don't mind. But right here there's a big hole, and you can put a little tuft in there to hide it a bit. But it will definitely need a bit of flock there. So in my process is like trying to think where are the more pronounced textures, so that way the rock will pick up a little bit better. And because we are covering it all up with sawdust flocking, a lot of this will be completely covered. Some indentations will be visible, but not that much. So I'm trying to save the best detail for the rocks, even though a lot of the process will come down to the painting. And I'm hoping at least to do the first layer of paint on both sides today, if this brown paint starts to dry on time. It's acrylic and it's a thin layer, so it should probably dry faster than one would think. Okay, we'll just continue to paint this part. I do hope the music is not too loud. I'm gonna make sure it is at least. I'll just diminish it a tiny bit. Let's hope it's not that much, so because we do have these marks right here, I really don't know if the camera can pick it up. But because I really do not like these marks, we'll cover this part with the flock. And in here, let's do this one with dirt. And I'm already dirty in my hands. no problem with it. So these two are also finished. Okay. Back with some more. So let's see. This one will be dirt. A brown paint will not last too long, but it will still be enough to cover a little bit more. Let's hope the stream does not break as much as it has been for the past few streams. It seems to not be failing this time. I had a minor problem with my VPN earlier, but it was completely on time to start the stream. I think we'll have to do a bit more paint after this one, because these were all the small ones, and now the real big ones will start to come. So, a bit more brown paint. Mix it all well. Let's try to see if we can paint a bit more with this one right now. And let's make another clip. So this one is really nice. So I think I'll just save this one for raw and maybe paint this one. This brown got a bit dark, but as I said, I really do not mind. If it gets a little bit darker than the previous ones, this, as I said, it's just a fail measure. If a bit of the flock just comes out, no black or green foam will be showing underneath, and right now it can be just a little patch of dirt if anything falls out. Let's see, this one, definitely this side. So let's hope this will come out real good in the end product. I'm trying, I think I'll try some new methods because we have such a flat surface. We need to get some different colors on it, so I'll try some sponges and some dry brushing, some washes. Let's bring everything we have so that the final product can be modular and as realistic as a modular part can be. Because this part with the flocking is really not what I'm worried about. It's more about the stone and more about this flat part, because we have some ridges but we don't have cracks, and I purposely didn't want it to do cracks so that maybe I can put some buildings on it and it will not be crooked, or everything will be completely flat despite some bumps here and there, but that's a minor inconvenience. And we are almost there. Now are the bigger ones. So maybe this one will be rock and this one will be grass, of course. So a little bit of brown right here. The black will always show up in the parts that don't have as much paint as the others. So for example, right here there's some of a lighter area. This will be a lighter brown than this one. So this is starting to do some of the work for us to know where we'll have to put some dark grass or some lighter tones of grass, because in a way we can simulate some randomness that it's not random, but it will help us in the final product to identify some of these spots, because I do not want them to make it just like a manicured lawn that doesn't have any depth, it's just green that from one shading of flock. I want to use more than one shade, some dirt, some little pebbles that won't make a real difference in the lower zones of the dips that we press down with the aluminium foil ball. I'm just going to put this one to dry also and continue for the next ones. So the last small one is already here. I'll use this side for the dirt. So let's see. I'll probably use this side for dirt. After this one, we'll just have another one, and every hill has dirt. Dirt. And right on time, because our brown paint is almost finishing. And for the last one, maybe this one will be rock. So let's just use the last of our brown paint and thank you everyone for the likes. It helps a lot, even if there are not many likes. Each one of them helps. At least I feel that someone is watching and liking what I'm doing. So just trying to use as much paint as we can and cover the rest of it, and hope that it doesn't take that much to dry, because now I think we'll just continue our process with the flocking, that I'm also picking up some footage. So let's get on with it. This is completely finished. I'll just put it aside for a moment. This one needs to go inside some water. I just splashed everything with some dirty paintbrush water. I'm trying to improve my background that is not properly appealing, and I bought an LED light stripes, so it's something like this, but I don't have enough batteries in the little remote thingy to switch it because I do not want them switching colors. I would prefer it to be in a straight dark blue or a red or a green, and this way is too much for me. But as soon as I have some new batteries and the remote is working properly, I think we'll do something about it and probably use this LED strip in the project that I am thinking about doing the channel's logo. So let's continue doing some flocking. So there are I do like to use while making my flock. Last time we made some flock and we dried it in a little electric furnace so that we could accelerate the process a little bit, but even so it had to dry a little bit outside, and now it's completely dried. Despite being dried, there are some of the particles that are just too big. So let's just try to reduce it to a fine powder. I'm just going to set up everything so that we can also record the clip doing this part with all the materials that we can need. So this is what we got, and now we are just going to use a sieve and collect everything in another box. So what I like to do is just to fit everything right here and just put a little bit at the time and just give it a shake. And everything will start to fall. And if we see, with. In just this little bit we got this much. So let's just continue with it and discard the big parts right here on this big tub. Parts like this that are completely big and not usable. This will just go right here. So shaking, 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 and because this is sawdust, this has lots of different types of particles, or by other words, different sizes of particles, because they are all painted wood with acrylic paints. What we did in our last stream was just started by some pellets that are used by animal lovers like chinchillas and a rabbit, in everything in different shades of green. We did different colors, so now we are doing a mid-green, I think, or a darker green, a mid-green. We have a darker green, we have a bit of a lighter green right here, and then a really light one right here that it's still drying up and still needs a little bit more time. So let's get sieving everything.